Welcome back to Futbol Mundial, where Zach and myself, as always, take you through the weird and wonderful goings-on in the footballing world.
Yes, we do. And today we've got some very questionable views, some questionable morals, and arguably some very questionable trousers on Michael McCubbin's legs.
Ah, nice, yeah. Green. We begin this week in Portugal as a former Liverpool and Chelsea player has once again entertained on the big stage, but not in the way that you might think.
Yes, now retired, Raul Morales has furthered his image of being a bit nuts by appearing on Portugal's version of the lip sync battle and absolutely smashing a rendition of Antonio Varese' 1983 song O Corpo é que paga, or The Body Pays in English. Take a look at this.
Terrible. I think that's the worst pronunciation I've ever heard from you there, but oh well. To be fair, with all his singing and dancing antics in the past, this is the most Raul Morales thing he's done. But the question remains, Zach, what would you do on Lip Sync Battle?
Oh, that is a bloody good one, Michael. Come
on.
Oh, James Morrison.
James Morrison.
Any James Morrison song.
Yeah?
I'll have you in tears.
Wow. What, the former West Brom midfielder?
No.
Hey.
You know.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Smoky vocals, doesn't he? Yeah. You know, the reason why he has that voice is because he had whooping cough as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day. There have been some fantastic Spanish players that have graced the Premier League, from Diego Costa's housery to Michu's revelations up front for Swansea. But, my voice broke, there's been debate recently on who's been the best.
I mean, Michu was good for about 3 months, wasn't he? Yeah. But anyway, the BBC decided to run a poll to determine who the public think deserves to top that list, with the top 5 being Cesc Fabregas, David De Gea, David Silva, Fernando Torres and Xabi Alonso. Can you name who came in first, Zach?
Oh, David Silva.
That's right. It's David Silva. Well done. It was on the script anyway.
To be fair, we shouldn't be that surprised. The 33-year-old is the most decorated Spaniard with 3 Premier Leagues, an FA Cup and 3 League Cups to his name, and beat 15 others with a whopping 37% of the votes.
That is a big percentage. Very tough competition though, up there with some big names. But do you think he's the most deserved winner? Anyway, let us know in the poll above.
Now, we've just spoken about a player in his twilight years, but he has absolutely nothing on this certified golden oldie.
That's right, Kazuyoshi Miura has signed a 1-year extension to his contract with Japanese side Yokohama FC, a team he's played for since 2005. But what makes this so special is that Miura is 51 years old, meaning he started his 14 years at Yokohama at the ripe old age of 38.
Fair play. As you can imagine, Miura has enjoyed a very long and interesting career, starting off in Brazil of all places at 15, being the top goal scorer and MVP of the first ever J-League, and helped Japan to their first ever World Cup in 1994, scoring 14 goals in qualifying.
1994, I was 1 year old. Not only that, he was the first Japanese player to win Asian Player of the Year in 1993, as he hunts down the record for oldest professional footballer, which is held by Roberto Carmona, who set the record in 2015 at 53 and a half years old. So nearly there, mate.
Fingers crossed for you, mate. There. We're rooting for you.
Now it's time for Out of Our League, and this week we're looking at the Canadian Premier League. Thanks for the suggestion from Peyton Dagnice.
Great name. The CanPL, or the CPL, is the league that hasn't even started, but is expected to begin in April of this year. And before you say, yes, there are Canadian teams in the MLS, but this is a completely new format, with the league distancing themselves from the franchise-based system seen in the MLS, meaning eventually you'll see promotions and relegations once more teams join.
Fantastic. The league consists of 7 teams so far, and they are Cavalry FC, FC Edmonton, Forge FC, HFX Wanderers, Pacific FC, Valor FC and York 96 FC. Thanks, James, for putting those all in. The focus of the league is to help Canadian football progress, with a rule being set where you must always have at least 6 Canadians on the pitch.
This will give young Canadian players an opportunity to play at a competitive level, as well as being able to put themselves in the shop window for other clubs, ultimately to help the national team grow stronger.
Indeed. We think this is an excellent idea and look forward to covering the league when it kicks off in April. But we want to know what league to cover next, so get your comments in with the hashtag as always.
out of your league. We all know about Newcastle's current situation with owner Mike Ashley, but recent comments from Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand has caused quite a stir, to say the least.
Yes, indeed. For years, Newcastle fans have been trying to get their current owner out and have been extremely vocal about it. So when Ferdinand is saying that Newcastle fans should thank him for spending 50 million of his own money to get promotion and getting in Rafa Benitez, there were obviously some quite angry responses.
But it doesn't stop there. Richard Keys, of all people, weighed in saying that if Rafa loves Newcastle so much, he should spend some of his own money to get the players he wants. Ridiculous comments. And after that, Rio went back to Twitter to double down, basically saying that the club's turning a profit without any debt and are playing Premier League football, and Newcastle fans should be happy.
I mean, it is funny that Richard Keys, at his age, still doesn't know how a business works, but let's focus on Rio's comments for now, because Newcastle have made a profit in the last 3 transfer windows, despite Ashley publicly stating that Rafa would have every penny the club generates, whilst also being £144 million in debt.
Jesus, it's not great, is it? Especially as Muto was their biggest signing of the last window at 10 million quid and has only managed 1 goal in the Prem while selling Mitrovic to Fulham for nearly double the price. Ferdinand definitely did have an oopsie year.
Indeed, but what do you guys think? Was Ferdinand right to make those comments, or do you think he's in the wrong? Let us know in the comments below.
And finally, we go to one to watch, where this week we are looking at 19-year-old Portuguese attacking midfielder João Felix, thanks to the suggestion of another João, Lobo.
Nice one. The young lad has been sensational since making his senior debut from Benfica's youth team, managing 4 goals and an assist in 9 appearances, contributing to a goal 1.4 times per 90, 1.4 times, with interest already coming in from London, with the likes of Chelsea and West Ham monitoring the youngster.
But don't worry, Eagles fans, Felix has recently signed a new contract that will see him stay at the club until 2023 and raises his buyout clause from a whopping 60 million from 45 to 105 million euros. But you'll have to do a lot to keep this player if he carries on as he is.
Yeah, pretty amazing stuff, isn't it? Just coming off the bench and banging them in. He's also a very versatile player, being able to play on the wing and as a second striker with phenomenal dribbling skills. Definitely expect a lot of free kicks if he's in your team.
Another exciting player from the Benfica conveyor belt, I nearly screwed up that word, that is definitely worth keeping an eye on if you have any more suggestions. As always, guys, get them in the comments below with the hashtag Michael.
1, 2, watch, if I had one on my arm.
You say that every week. You never have a watch.
This is the second time I've said it. I never have a watch, it's true. I never have a watch.
So that's the end of Futbol Mundial for yet another week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If we've missed out any stories, let us know in the comments below. Make sure you're heading over to our Instagrams and Twitters. The handles are on screen right now.
Yes.
Michael, tell them about a channel that begins with an F and ends in a C.
Oh, I'm just talking about this channel all the time. Tell all your mates about it, because I am. FDFC. Go and subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't already, what the hell are you doing? We just dropped a new strand yesterday. Pro clubs.
Squad
all
goals,
the lads.
all of it.
Yeah, squad goals. That's what it's actually called. All the lads in a room playing FIFA. It's sad, I know, but it's a great watch. And Zach is quite entertaining, as well as Sonny, our new hire. Also, on Futbol Mundial, we're looking to switch things up a little bit. We want to maybe add some new sections in, maybe completely revamp the show. So, send us in your suggestions in the comments below. What would you like to see us cover on this show? What kind of things would you like to see us doing? Let us know. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed. See you later.